guys, it's Ben here, again from Ben Preston Hot Toys Reviews. Today, as you can see, we'll be doing a review on the Iron Man 3 Mark 42 12-inch figure, 1/6 scale from Hot Toys. Now, this is shipping packaging, because I keep all of my figures, boxes, inside the shipping packaging, so that the first thing you see when you come into the review isn't the box, so it kind of doesn't ruin it. So that's all, just the shipping packaging. It's the same all around, just everywhere. So now we're going to crack into the actual box. So guys, here we have the actual box that the figure comes in. As you can see, it's a picture of the actual Mark 42 itself. Iron Man 3 across the top. Now it is kind of surrounded by this like plastic lenticular kind of design thing with white outlines. Underneath the actual box is just the picture without the white outlines. It says here, MMS 197, Movie Masterpiece 197, this one, the 197th figure. DO2, this second diecast figure to come out there, diecast series. Mark 42 with the Roman numerals there. 1/6 scale collectible figure, Movie Masterpiece series, diecast, Movie Masterpiece Hot Toys. So that's all for the front. On the side it just says, you won't really be able to see it that well, MMS 197 DO2, you know, the Mark 42, 1/6 scale collectible figure. Then on the back it has all the names of the people that helped design and create the figure, and just some credits here. And then again on the bottom, barcode. And then the same as what was on the side before is on the side here. So this box comes in two parts. You'll lift up this section here, and then you'll be greeted with this kind of like polystyrene design. It feels when you first see it, you're just like, I mean, it's polystyrene. How much protection can it give it? But it's actually quite heavy duty, so it's okay. Then you'll lift the polystyrene box just out of here and take that off. Now you have basically two separate boxes, which is really good, obviously, in case the figure gets damaged while it's getting to you. So as you can see here, it says Mark 42 in the Roman numerals, just engraved into the polystyrene. And now I'm going to show you an up close look as I get into the box. So guys, getting into the actual box, as you can see here, we've got the polystyrene kind of box. Just a little tab here at the top. Just kind of stick your finger in there. And then just lift it off. Then you're greeted by the figure and all of its accessories. So here you can see we've got the Tony Stark head sculpt up close, damaged faceplate, and the figure itself. Then the damaged chest plate, shoulders. Then the kind of like wrist area. Then you've got another wrist area with like a rocket coming out of it. And then a damaged bicep area. And then different wrist guards, one pointing up for a repulsor hand and then one kind of just flat. They're both damaged, and then you get the, of course, the repulsor wrist guard, undamaged, clean, once again on the other side, and then the actual kind of pointed down wrist guards are kind of on the figure already. Then you get your different hands, so repulsor hands, articulated hands, and then on the figure you get the fisted hands. Come as standard. So I'll take all the accessories out of the box and then just show you all around them. So moving on to the accessories that come with the figure. Here's the figure on its own, obviously. Comes with this really cool light up stand. I'll show you that just in a moment. Then the Tony Stark head sculpt, damaged chest plate, and then obviously all the various things that I've just shown you then. So that's the figure with all of its accessories just lined up for you to show you how much this figure actually comes with. It's pretty mind-blowing, to be honest, because this is the first figure that I've actually had that comes with battle damage parts, obviously because it's an Iron Man figure. So that's really cool for a new reviewer. But now we're going to move on to actually posing the figure and the damaged plates. Okay, so here he is, just posed in a nice pose. The base is lit up. It's really nice. Now, I haven't actually had this figure in a flying pose yet, because I'm actually quite scared of putting it in a flying pose because of the weight of it being die cast, and it doesn't actually come with a... Some people do call it a flight stand, but it's just sort of like a C-clip on a metal rod. That's what I kind of think of it as. So I don't really see it as a dynamic flight stand. But it's really cool to have him in this this pose. So I think I'm going to keep this pose. You've got his kind of like flaps at the back, just showing. But yeah, this is the pose that I've got him in at the moment. Just a good idea for you guys for a pose if you want to stop and take a look. But this is just showing you the range of articulation that you can actually get out of this figure. So now I'm actually just going to show you the articulation of the figure, like up close, bending the knees and bending the arms and the head and stuff like that. And then we'll move on to, of course, battle damage. Okay, so getting on to articulation, I've got the figure now in the kind of like clean armour, so no battle damage. Okay, so starting with the head. This head, I have found, has a lot more better, for some reason. I don't know if it's something wrong with me, because some figure reviewers don't get this issue like I do, which is weird. But this head has a lot more articulation to me than the Tony Stark head sculpt, because I don't think the ball joint that is on this, pop it off, I think it fits more snug on this head sculpt than Tony Stark battle damaged head sculpt. Pop that back on. So as you can see, yeah, you get a lot. You can have him looking up just about that much. You can have him looking down about that much on this neck kind of pivot. So yeah, it's got a good range of motion on the head. I mean, you can pretty much turn his head right round. Now, moving on to the arms. The arms can lift up. I would say on a right angle it's just kind of below a right angle, and the shoulders, they don't really hinder it much, which is kind of good. The arm can bend up about just about. I'm kind of uncomfortable because of the shoulder plates, but yeah, you can raise his arm up about that much, which is good. 90 degrees, I guess I should say. Yeah. Obviously, the same with the other arm. Now, you can move obviously quite a lot. His waist can move quite a lot, like that. But there is a way, I can't remember how to do this, where you can actually lift up the... there you go, done it. Where you can actually turn it quite a lot more because you lift up the kind of waist section here, and it lifts up another section, which is quite cool. And that means you have a lot more range of motion with him leaning forward, which I had a minute ago, but now it's not working. There you go. So yeah, his abs can kind of crunch forward more when it's extended and back more. So you get a nice range of motion like that. His legs, if you lift up these little flaps here, they can lift up like that. And then obviously bend 2 points at the knee. Then, but if you want to raise them a bit more, you can push this little button just here and it will extend them, so you can get a brilliant range of motion just like that. And the leg kind of stays up, but because it's die cast it just kind of pull down. So yeah, you can get more range of motion that way. I struggle in doing this. What I like to do to get it back up is just raise his legs like he's sat down, and then push the button, and then push it back up. There you go, back in. Now, moving on to the feet. His ankles, because these little plates here, you move around so that you can give it a bit more range. So there's one example. And then that means the foot, without moving the leg, can move with a good, I think that's a pretty good range of motion, to be honest. And you can also lift this part just a tiny bit. Oh no, maybe a bit more. So you can get a better range of motion that way. The ankles cannot pivot at all left and right, just up and down, and then you have this separate foot section here which does move as well, so you can get a more of a kicking Jackie Chan kind of thing going. But yeah, that's it really for articulation. So yeah, now let's move on to battle damage parts. Okay, so here is the figure with all its battle damage plates on. We are missing one battle damage part though, if you like, which is this wrist piece, which should go here. As you can see, lots of nice detail on there. Just a second, focus up. Yep, nice detail. That should be there, but you can also switch it out for this other piece which I mentioned earlier, which is a rocket, which I always use. I've only used the other one once. Some nice details on the shoulders here. The face has some lovely detail. What I'll do is I'll now show you the Tony Stark head sculpt. As you can see, some really nice detail. Again, shoulders plates, and with this helmet it has magnets there, so you can just attach it and have it looking like the mask has just lifted up. So that's really nice. Then the battle damage wrist guard in the repulsor hand, then the battle damage wrist piece. You can also have the bicep piece battle damage here, some nice detail on there. And then the chest piece is battle damage, showing all the inner workings of the suit. And then from there onwards it's just clean, but as you can see there are lots of battle damage pieces on here. In my opinion, obviously the battle damage pieces are a lot nicer than what you get with the Mark 43, because of course you don't get many battle damage pieces with the Mark 43, as it wasn't actually in Age of Ultron too much in the battle sequences. But that's it for the battle damaged pieces. Now we'll just move on to wrapping up the video and my final verdict. Okay, so that just about wraps up my review of the Iron Man Mark 42 Hot Toys. So I got him back in this pose again. I hope this has been helpful. My final verdict, I've got to be honest, is that this figure is really great, and it's a great addition to a collection with the die cast and everything. I think it's got a lot of battle damage pieces, good accessories, but if there was something I could have asked for, would have been battle damage pieces for below the waist. Because in other figures, such as Tony Stark the Mechanic, he does have leg pieces that are damaged. Now I guess the argument could be that this could be earlier in the film. I don't think it is, I've got to be honest with you. But yeah, I think it's a great figure. Great battle damage parts. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. I would say, I think the running price in England at the moment, I think it's still on websites such as Forbidden Planet. I think they're going for about £250, thereabouts. That is completely worth it, I would say. With the stand and everything, I think the stand's really cool as well. And it's just a great piece to go in your cabinet. I actually, eventually when I get the figure, will have him fighting Captain America in a kind of Civil War kind of pose, which is really cool. But it's a great standalone figure, I think. So you don't really need him with anything, you can just have cool poses like this. I've got to admit, this is the best posable figure I actually own. Because you can, obviously with the battle damage piece, you can do different poses from the film. I think the articulation is fantastic. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. And stay tuned for my next review, which will be the Man of Steel Hot Toys MMS 200. So yeah, like, rate, subscribe, whatever. And keep up to date on my channel for new reviews. And I hope this helped your verdict on the Iron Man Mark 42 diecast movie masterpiece figure from Hot Toys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.